it's me, Aline. I want to talk about your first step towards music life balance, which is acceptance. It is learning to accept where you are right now, and then from there, you can be able to move forward. Now, the reason why acceptance is so important is because when we cannot accept every aspect of a situation, everything about the thing that we are resisting, that is blocking us, then we are just not able to see the full picture, and we are not able to see where we can have things in our control and where we can have space for change. So I've been thinking about a really simple example to demonstrate this. And it's really thinking about every time you have tried to force something, it's never worked out in the way that you want it to, and it's never, in my experience, given me the results that I wanted. And the reason for that is when you continue to put forceful energy into something that's not working for you, you continue to have all of your resources, your time, your focus, your attention on the thing not working, on the resistance, on the block. And it's really impossible to get the result that you want from focusing on the things that you do not want. And when I was thinking about what is the simplest example that I can come up with to demonstrate this, I was thinking about opening a stubborn jar lid. Have you ever gone through that? I'm pretty sure you have, but think about you trying to open the lid of a jar that just won't open, and you're just putting all of your effort into it, and you're like, why will you not just open? And the more you are trying to force open it, the more slippery it becomes, the less grip you have on it, and it just, at some point you just have to let go. At some point you just have to be like, fuck this shit. And that's the thing. That moment of actually letting it go is really that moment where you are stepping back and you're like, okay, so I do not have a grip on this stupid, stubborn jar lid. There must be another way to open this, because I have been trying and my hands are shaking and my arms are hurting, and no matter how much force I try to put into it, it seems like it's just slipping away more and more and more, and my hands get all slippery and this stupid thing just won't budge. And then the moment you actually take a little step back there's something in my face, is really the moment where you can just look at, okay, what is going on here? What's not working? And then when you can truly just accept that the way you have been trying to open that jar hasn't been working, you can actually turn your attention towards alternative ways of opening that jar. For example, I like to use, the back of a fork and kind of put some pressure under the jar lid, and then it releases that pressure, and then you can just turn it open. Or you can just give it away and put it in the hands of somebody else. Usually what happens is they seem to be able to open it right away, and then you're kind of like, yeah, sure, but I had already loosened it so much, so it made it easier for you. You never really want to admit that you just couldn't open the damn thing. But I feel like opening up a stubborn jar lid really is such a beautiful example of how putting force and more pressure into something that is not working for you is not working for you, right? And the more you continue to focus on why won't the stupid thing just work? Why won't the stupid thing just open? The more it's not working. And that's because where we put our attention and where we put our energy, that's the thing that will grow. So if we want different results, we will want to put our energy elsewhere. However, the step in between that is accepting where we are right now, accepting that things are not working, that there are things about a situation, a person, a personality trait, a conversation, a feeling, a thought that just isn't working for us and that we are resisting. And we want to be able to exactly see that resistance for what it is, a resistance, a block, a form of contrast, showing us that the way things are going right now in that situation, in that conversation, with that person, within our own personalities, just isn't working for us, and we just really want to do things in a different way. And the only way we can do that is by accepting everything about the situation, everything that is not working, everything that might be working, everything that could be working. Just really having a 360 view of the full situation can only be done when we take a step back, when we just look at it from an objective point of view, when we look at all of the emotions involved, and then also when we look at what would happen if we would take the emotion out of it and what we would do then. And also look at, where we are right now, where we have come from, how far we have come, and what maybe our next level version of us would be doing in that situation. And really, acceptance is the key to accepting where you are right now in this moment, so that you can actually see where the opportunities are for change, where you feel capable of actually applying change within that situation, within one aspect of that situation, so that you can feel in control and so that you can feel confident in moving forward again. Let me know if that makes sense. Drop me a comment below if that makes sense. Maybe you have a different example than opening up a stubborn jar lid, but that was like when I was thinking about this, like how can I demonstrate acceptance, resistance, and moving forward in one situation? And that was like the first thing that came to mind, like, really forcing it and being in resistance. And then when you kind of surrender to the situation is the moment where you're like, okay, clearly this is not working. I want the jar open, but that stupid stubborn lid will not open for me. Like, what is going on? How can we change this? Like, where do I feel like I have control so that I can actually open up the damn thing and enjoy its contents? So acceptance really is not about just giving up, okay? Acceptance really is about acknowledging, where am I in this moment? What's working? What's not working? Where do I feel that I have control? What aspect of the situation is the thing that I feel that I can change? And maybe what aspect of the situation is in need of outside support. Okay, so it's really about looking at not only your internal resources, but also where maybe you will need some external resources. Now, this whole concept of acceptance really is something that I'm going to be teaching inside of my upcoming workshop, Music-Life Balance, the first step. The first step towards music-life balance is acceptance. It's giving yourself permission to step back and to accept every aspect of the situation that you are resisting, of the conversation that's not going well for you, of the relationship that feels blocked, the relationship to your partner, to your music, to your body, to your health, to food, to your wealth, your finances, your, making a living. Everything in life is a relationship, right? Everything in life is something that we relate to from us being us, from our own beingness. And giving yourself permission to actually step back and to accept things as they are, where they are right now, is what I call sacred permission. And sacred permission is really something that you can do by continuously learning to accept things as they are, where they are, in this point in time right now. And that is something that I'm going to teach you how to do that, like how to accept things as they are, where they are at this point in time right now. That is something that I'm going to teach you inside of my Music-Life Balance workshop, the first step, which is acceptance. Now, this is one of the most difficult things, and I can see this inside of my coaching practice all the time. This is also always the point of the starting point. This is the starting point, is learning acceptance, upon which within my coaching practice, but also in this workshop series, because the first step is only the first in a series of 3 workshops. The other workshops will build upon this workshop. So you really do need to have this first step down if you are looking to create better music-life balance for yourself. The whole idea is that all of these workshops, beginning with this first workshop, the first step, serve as activations for you. So not only will you learn something practical that you can continue to implement, integrate, practice over and over in any given situation, they are also meant to continuously activate you each time you listen to them, because every time you're going to listen to them, you're going to learn something new. You're going to hear something differently. Why? Because you're going to be somewhere else on your journey at the time of listening, right? So if you listen to it at the time of it being released, which is October 9th, this Sunday, and then you listen to it again maybe next month, you're going to hear something different, because you will be a different version of you. You will maybe be in a different mindset. Maybe you will be feeling differently. Maybe something else will have happened to you that makes you see things in a new light. So these activations are meant to help you, motivate you, spark something new within you every time you listen to them. And it begins with the first step, which is all about learning acceptance. I will be teaching this to you in a way that feels safe, because the thing is with acceptance, and this is kind of like the flip side, we have to really step outside of our comfort zone to learn to accept things that we cannot accept, right? And so in order to really be able to change things, we have to step outside of our comfort zone. And oftentimes what our body, our nervous system, and our brains will do is like, oh my God, hold up. This feels like a dangerous situation, because outside of your comfort zone is unfamiliar territory, and that feels unknown, aka unsafe to your brain and your body. And so that's why accepting things is so hard, because it's unknown, it's unfamiliar, it's something that we need to teach ourselves, which is why I want to teach this to you in a controlled environment, which is within this workshop, so that it can feel like a safe space for you, and you can practice with something in a controlled way, in a way that you consciously choose in that moment. And then from there, you can start building and unpacking all of these layers of acceptance once you feel like you have that first layer down. So we always practice with something really simple, with something very day-to-day, something very commonplace, something that seems super stupid and like, why am I even practicing with this? But that's the whole idea when working with more complex concepts in terms of your emotions, your psychology, your spirituality. On a metaphysical level, it's so much easier for our logical brains to grasp the more commonplace examples first, and then you can teach your nervous system that actually it is safe to learn to accept things that feel out of our control, that feel outside of our comfort zone. And then from there, once you get the more simple examples down, you can start practicing with more complex concepts and ideas. And then from there, what you're doing is actually making your nervous system more resilient, so that whenever a situation comes up that presents you with contrast, that presents you with resistance, that blocks you from moving forward, your nervous system and your body will already know what it's like to step outside of your comfort zone, and accepting things where they are, as they are in that moment, won't feel as scary, and your brain will not immediately want to trigger this fight, flight, fawn, or freeze response. Or at the very least, you will recognize that response and you will be like, wait a minute, I'm the one in control, I'm the one in the driver's seat. I have done this before. I know how to do this again. Let's just take a step back. Let's practice going into complete and total acceptance so that I can actually understand every aspect of the situation fully, so that I can actually understand where there is room for change, where I feel like I'm in control, where I feel like I can change things right now in this moment so that I can move forward and achieve the results that I want. So this is what I'm going to be teaching you inside of Music Life Balance, the First Step workshop. It's going to be released on October 9th, which is the Sunday. Currently, you can still get in at the early bird pricing of €44. This price is going to go up on Thursday, and it's going to go up to €88. So if you want in at this price of €44, now is the time. Send me a DM if you want the link to sign up, and I will share it with you. What will happen after you sign up is you will be getting access to my Music Life Balance Masterclass, which is the foundation of all of these workshops that are going to follow, beginning with Music Life Balance, the First Step, coming out October 9th. And then after that, there will be other workshops that will be building upon that. But so everything really is built upon my Music Life Balance Masterclass, which is only available at €111 right now. But if you sign up right now for the Music Life Balance workshop, the First Step workshop, you will be getting access for free to my Music Life Balance Masterclass, meaning you will get a free masterclass that's usually priced €111 for free if you sign up for the First Step workshop right now. Currently priced €44 and it's going up to €88 on Thursday. So be quick, don't hesitate. If anything here resonates with you and you're like, yes, I need this, then now is the time to sign up. If you have any questions around this, feel free to send me a DM. I'm definitely happy to answer any questions that you have. I do tend to send voice notes because I don't really like typing. I don't have the patience for it. But that doesn't mean that you have to voice note me back. You can just type if that feels more comfortable for you. But so if you want in €44 plus my Music Life Balance Masterclass, which is around 1 hour and 40 minutes, and it talks about all what Music Life Balance looks like, what balance actually really is, how balance really is an illusion, how you can define your own definition of balance, what the steps are of creating Music Life Balance, and so on and so forth. So it's a very in-depth masterclass. And then this first workshop, the Music Life Balance workshop, the First Step, is going to actually teach you practically on how to go into acceptance, which is your first step towards creating a better, or just in general, a music life balance for yourself. So if you're interested, send me a DM. You can sign up now for €44. The price is going up to €88 on Thursday. And if you have any questions, my DMs are open. Okay. That was it. Bye.